tear until it is done.
Never has one objective in a game been so simple, so difficult to achieve, and so satisfying to complete than Doom Eternal's kill every demon in sight. The 2016 release of Doom introduced many new fans to the level shooting frenzy that has long been a staple in the Doom franchise. Following this classic up was going to be no small task, but the developers had managed to once again blow away our expectations. The story of Doom Eternal picks up several years after the ending of Doom 2016. Earth has been invaded by the forces of Hell, wiping out 60% of the population. The Doomslayer arrives in a space fortress and begins hunting down the Hell Priest in order to quell the invasion. Though he is successful in killing the first priest, the other two are teleported to safety by the Khan Maker, an otherworldly being who seeks to sacrifice mankind in order to secure that their homeworld can go on living. Though it can be a little silly at times, the story of Doom Eternal gets the job done in progressing through the game. Its cutscenes are short and to the point, allowing for players to go from one room of demons to another. But for the players interested in the lore of the game, throughout each level is a codex explaining motives behind attacks, backgrounds on planets, and so on. There are a total of 13 levels in Doom Eternal. Though it may not sound like a lot, each level is massive in scope and the game feels like the right amount of length. No section feels like filler, and it is one cohesive package. Doom Eternal is a first-person shooter with an emphasis on movement. With so many demons spawning and wanting to murder you, standing still is almost a death sentence on in itself. The battle arenas are very well sized, leaving plenty of open space to outmaneuver the demons attacking you, though because of the frantic nature of the fights, it can be easy to run yourself into a corner, allowing Hell's minions to give you a game over. Because of the further emphasis in mobility, Doom Eternal allows players to dash, climb on walls, or swing from poles. New arsenals have also been added, including a shoulder-mounted cannon that can launch two varieties of grenades or a flamethrower, which causes enemies to drop armor pickups, but the best one would have to be the Crucible Blade, a sword that can one-shot every type of enemy but has limited uses similar to the BFG. Doom Eternal ditches the Ardent Cells in favor of Sentinel Crystals. With each crystal spent, you can choose to upgrade your health, armor, or ammo. By unlocking two skills in the same tree, you also gain a passive ability. Runes also received a bit of an overhaul. Instead of completing trials to attain them, you can unlock runes by finding them in the game's levels. There are a total of 9 runes to find, but you can only equip 3 at any given time. In addition to finding the various upgrades for the player, there are a plethora of bonuses to find in each level. Ranging from toys to music, each level has a trove of secrets to find. Doom Eternal ditches the industrial look of Doom 2016, and is much more vibrant and colorful. The levels are a wonder to go through. You could be in a disaster-filled city in one moment, and the next moment you're in an abandoned castle on top of a giant mountain full of mist. Even the ammo drops adopt a colorful look instead of the dull orange look they had in the previous Doom title. The score for Doom Eternal is also amazing, retaining much of that kick-assery that the original Doom 2016 had. Mick Gordon and his team once again nail it out of the park. Where Doom Eternal falls a bit short is in its lack of any substantial leap forward. But when you have the perfect formula already, it's hard to move on any higher than that. The game on occasion can slow down, though that could be just an issue of the hardware that's running the game. Original PlayStation 4 is what I played on, and I experienced slowdown in various levels. Some enemies may also feel like they interrupt the flow of the game, and changing from the rapid shoot and maneuver everywhere pacing to one of precise hits and spacing may throw some players off. Doom Eternal is a worthy successor to the 2016 Doom. Its emphasis on fast-paced and unrelenting action is a nice change of pace compared to the many modern shooters out in the market, evoking a feeling of nostalgia for the shooters of the past while maintaining the high quality of modern shooters. Doom Eternal is just a raucous and enjoyable ride from beginning to end.